So which one of you was first? It's the most important thing. By the time Torben and Albert come, we're going to need to know who was first. So it's raining. But it's pretty. Oh, it's a little crooked. Ah. Look how full. It looks like it's been looking like a witch's brew up there most of the day. So Prude, aren't you on vacation now? Just to check. I am officially back in Gudvangen. Now look at this. More waterfalls. School is out. School got out yesterday for Norway. So I am now in Gudvangen for the rest of the summer. No more traveling back and forth. Hi, Rhonda. So while the rest of, of like the south of United States and now Southern Europe has one coming, has hot. You're under a heat dome, so it's like 113 Fahrenheit now. Holy crap. We're at a balmy 5 degrees Celsius today. Hi, Heidi. Look it. See that rain? Now it's over there right now, but it's coming this way, which means I'm going to have to find shelter soon because that's pouring. So we get I like the 3-minute warning the mountains give you, because you can see it how it goes down the wall. Hi, Connie's here too. Hello. And of course the gods over there. Karl went to go catch the store before it closed. So right now you've got me. Most people have been standing out in the rain all day, so it might just be Karl and I. We shall see. Rhonda is warping her Harrisfield rigid heddle today for a demonstration. Oh, cool. I've had a rigid heddle for a while now, maybe about 4 years, and I still actually, maybe 5, and I haven't tried it yet. Yenje is his name. We call him Miss Sandy with 2 snaps. From when he and his mother were here both at separate times, actually, in I think 2018. Maybe it was 2019. And then he worked here for the summer. Suddenly we had a Polish guide. It was good. Anyway, but his mother makes those looms. She calls it Just Weaving because her last name is Just, J-U-S-T. So Just Weaving, and she gave me a heddle because she wanted to have my wrist warmers, and I let her keep them. It was a good trade. I still have to learn how to use the heddle. Anyway, as you can see, this mountain is starting to disappear now in the rain, which means I have to get my butt and gear down to some shelter. Okay, we can check out the waterfalls this way a little bit before moving down. By the way, it's growing like mad here. We're gonna have to release the sheep up here for some serious Viking lawn mowing. And the what is that called? The prickly plant there. Looms are fun and in period. Yeah, they are. I have to try one. I don't know why I haven't. I have been facing the crisis that is my yarn because I'm slowly moving to Gudvangen now. I'm planning on spending a year doing that, and I've got 20 some years worth of crap in my house to move. So each weekend I was bringing out some things. But I decided to bring out all the yarn, and holy crap, it just keeps coming. Oh, okay, no, I gotta get moving. The rain's coming. Look, it's catching up on me. Anyway, one thing I've also noticed is I have gathered a fair amount of embroidery wool and cotton and silk and linen because they keep starting to sort it. But every time I find some somewhere, anyway, I remember once I found some plant-dyed embroidery yarn, which I was super excited about, a whole bunch of it in a range of colors. Bought that from some secondhand store, put it in a bag, found some more somewhere else, put it in a bag, found some more. All these little bags are turning up now, and I have a crap load, so I'm going to have to start doing embroidery projects for the store this winter, I think, and make some kits to sell, embroidery kits, so that you can make your own. I don't know which way the rain's coming, but it's already covered there too. I see a Runa and a Louisa. Maybe they have a jaw harp to play with us today. So yarn is my bane. But at least I've been going through it all, so I see what I actually have. I kind of don't want to get rid of it because it's expensive to replace it, but... Hello! There's rain coming behind me. It's been getting closer and closer, so I'm moving. You gonna play for me?
I can
Put you under pressure. Your sister's online. What did you get? Oh,
It's lamb burgers.
lamb burgers.
You want some?
Maybe a couple. We can have that for dinner. Maybe like, I don't know, 2 or 3, because I'll put it in. I'm having macaroni and cheese tonight, so I think macaroni and cheese and lamb burgers sounds good. So they're frozen?
Frozen.
Were they freezer cleaning today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe actually 2 is enough. That they're really thick. Look how big these things are. Well, you too bad you gave me 3, so it's 3. That's a lot of meat. Okay, I was just going to put this in some macaroni and cheese. Who knows? Macaroni and cheese and lamb could be the thing. Yeah. I'll put it there for now.
Yeah, the bag was open.
It's okay.
They have been frozen, deep frozen.
Yeah, I can tell. No, they don't even have freezer burn on them. I know what that looks like. It's just snow. So do you have a jaw harp? I see Luis is over there.
Yeah, no. I'm not prepared to. Hi, Heidi.
I have another game though I wanted to play. I have this really good picture of Roger, otherwise known as Fjallar, and Eloan playing with the new Holger stick game. Do you want to try it before we get soaking wet? It might be rain. Should we try? Yeah. I haven't tried it. Oh my God, it's starting to rain heavily now. Yeah, if you can see.
Have new access today.
That's not the new handle, is it? We just got 50 handles. How far back were you throwing when?
I don't know. It
wasn't you. Everything looks so green in the rain. I love it. Okay, so this is the game that Holger made. And I haven't had a chance to try it, but I've seen it before. I just forgot completely that this thing exists.
Very popular among the kids.
Karin is here, she says, but Torben is at a birthday party. Shame on Torben. Yep, it's starting to pour. It's not quite the big drops yet, but you can see it's gone white here now, so the rain's about. There we are.
You see this? The idea is to throw this. You have to stand maybe from a distance.
Yeah, see if you get it on there. Do you have to throw? Oh, you got it on the bottom one, though. Does that points?
Yeah, that's all.
Do you have to throw it underhand?
I don't know.
I think you can choose either way, he says. Yeah. Okay, I have to try.
I got the first one.
No, I haven't tried this before, so do you think I'll have beginner's luck?
Maybe. There are some comments here. I have to put my spectacles on.
Oh, there's 4 of these. Did you throw 4?
Nice to see you guys. My holiday starts. Charlotte. Hello, Charlotte.
Yeah, I haven't seen him. Uproot is there too. She's been also. Okay, now I have to try to.
Oh, ladder golf. That looks like ladder golf. I don't know.
Leather golf? Oh, is that what it's called? Maybe. Yeah, because I noticed his are on twine or something.
Yeah.
Cotton maybe. Am I standing far back enough or am I cheating?
Yeah, that's good.
I got one.
Let's get a close shot.
Okay.
Stand closer so you're sure to hit.
Whoops, wait.
Oh, there you go. Very good.
That counts.
Yeah.
Karl says he got 2. He tried it twice and he got 2 on the first go.
Yeah, Karl.
On the first go.
Karl was actually good.
That's pretty good considering he can't see.
Yeah.
He went to go catch the grocery store before it closed, but
Yeah.
he made it as well, I saw.
Yeah.
Should we go hide under the roof? Oops. Should we try more or should we just wait for him?
Yeah.
Oops, got a really bad grip on the phone here. There we go.
Yeah.
Lindsay Langley says she's seen that game here in Texas.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I know I've seen it before at a market, but I've completely forgot about it. But it's quite smart, so I have no idea what this is called.
No, I don't know.
It kind of reminds me of, like shoes hanging from a street lamp in Brooklyn.
Yeah. I heard there's reason behind all this shoes hanging around.
Yeah, what was your reason for hearing?
I've heard that if you find a spot where there are trees in the lines. Trees
Fail.
in the lines.
Yeah.
You can buy some illegal stuff.
Oh, that could be. What do you think?
I don't know.
Is it a poster for illegal shopping?
Yeah, well,
I'm standing way too far back for this now.
you can buy some special illegal
Horrible shot.
herbs,
Okay, left.
maybe.
Herbs.
Herbs.
Ah, I failed on all of them. Okay, we'll leave them right there for Karl to find. And then we'll should we go hang out at the archery bar?
Yeah.
It's a little drier there. The sun is trying to come out.
Yeah.
Looks quite dramatic. I like it. There we go. Now I'm gonna grab my needle binding. We can just stand on the other side. Spin it around and make everybody sick. Ah, there's a Karl. Karl, you want to try the game? Or do you want to wait for that sun to reach over here? Right, Rune and I each got 4 out of 4. It was amazing.
There he goes with a smile on his face. Like he doesn't believe us.
Do you think he believes us? That we got 4 out of 4?
And look what Karin did to the axe.
Yeah, I don't know my own strength.
Oh, we did that to the axe. Okay, it was there at the time.
Who did it to the X?
American guy with no eye-hand coordination.
We had a lot. It's like a selfie stick now.
This is the result of throwing it into the ground like 17 times without even being close to the target.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll turn it around because I don't know if it can hear us.
Yeah, and now I'll leave it to you.
Yeah? Are you leaving us?
Yeah, you are the professionals.
Oh, I'm trying to catch up to you.
I'm going home to dry up.
You're going home to dry up? Okay.
And warm up.
And just so you know, Karl got 4 out of 4.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, woman?
The game over there. You want to go play? Real quick? I mean, we can't get much wetter than this.
This morning it was like 5 degrees.
Really?
Almost. It's just so far away from starting snowing.
Yeah, and they're having 113 at in the south. No, so we hit 5 degrees.
I ran into the Russian girl in the Freeman room,
Yeah.
and she said, "Karl, why is it so cold?" So when the Russians complain, then it's time to turn up the heat.
The Russians have Siberia.
I think she's from the other end of Russia,
Oh.
but
It's a big country. Okay, I will.
She has been staying outside the whole day. So
Yeah, she has.
when you get are out freezing the whole day, then you get really cold.
No, then you have to have extra layers. I knew when I got up this morning the hood was going to be staying on all day.
this is a sentence I can't say about a lot of people,
The hood.
but she doesn't have a lot of body fat, so I'm guessing she gets cool pretty quickly.
Oh, but fortunately I have a lot of body fat.
Okay.
So I stay
Goodbye.
warmer. It's a Karl. Okay, Karl, let's see how you do. The phone hasn't cut yet due to water. The sun came out for a second. Oh, look, it's like actually out. There's a hole in the sky. I'm surprised the lens doesn't have like this licked look to it. Okay, so I threw them from a great distance, so they're all on the ground. I actually managed to get one from that distance there. So there's 2 here, 3, and I see 4. Okay, and I heard you had beginner's luck in this game.
I might have been closer. What's the distance it was?
We threw from that little rock on the ground there, the one that looks like a piece of turd. Yep. Drum roll. Oh, he got one already. I thought you had no depth perception. What is this? 2. You beat Runa and I. Fail. Oh, 2 though. You basically, Rune and I each got 1. There you go.
This is a good little game. It's actually quite a success with the kids. So
Good going, Karl.
I
Bird is
don't
proud.
have as much. I don't have as much pressure of kids at this height wanting to throw axes.
Sorry, show me the height. There you go. Yeah, no, anytime they want to play, when kids that height want to play axes, I put them on the reindeer. But we need to make some more rings. Does anybody, is it just like a northern Minnesota thing that they know the point system of a deer? Oh, this is a reindeer, but still. So if I say they got a 12-point buck, you know what that means? So I applied the same knowledge or the same tactic to the kids. Every one of these is a point when you count how many points on a buck. So if the kids caught it here, they'd get 2 points. And if they got it here, 3 points. And if for some reason they got all the way around, 4 points. But you can get more points if you try, I don't know, something like, well, that one's 4. Might be easier. So that was my point system. You want to see how you do? Because I'm just...
This one I'm not good at.
Let's see. I'm not good at that one either. Oh, do it again. Charlotte says she doesn't hate it. TB gave you a round of applause. Albert is on his way home. Adrian Olset was here the other day, yesterday. He came into bed to pick up a book because we got lots of new Viking books. Oh, you got, how many? I think you actually got 2 points.
I think it's 1.
Nope, that's 2. 2 points. All right. Here you go. It's very slippery, the gimbal. How far did you stand? Here?
I don't remember.
We're pretty far back. That was a really good throw. I missed it by that much. We're gonna run out of Viking games. Is that 3? 1, 2, 3, or is it 2?
You are the one who know the
I
point
think I
system.
got 2.5. But if it beats you, I'll say I got 3.
You beat me anyway.
No, you beat me in the other game though. Whee! So do you think we need more antlers on that thing? I think we could do some higher up though, but then the kids won't be able to get them down. And then way in the corner we have this little game. I got hit in the head with Thor's hammer. I'm not kidding. So behind here is a little castle, and all the soldiers are standing up. This is the king because he's the super tall one. And then this was Thor's hammer, but the handle broke on my head. I actually had a cut in my scalp all the way down to the bone. Had to go to I didn't know it was bleeding so bad because I kept touching the top of my head. But I really didn't realize that the blood trickles down the back side of my head. So it was much worse than I thought. Didn't hurt though.
So you were hit hard enough to forget about gravity?
I forgot how, yeah, what was gravity? No. But the thing is, I didn't see it coming. So it was either this that hit me or maybe somebody threw a rock over the fence and I got hit in the head because the kids were like, oh, look at the nettles are looking great. So this is where I was standing picking up the pieces and the kids were all the way over at that fence. So I'm still having a hard trying to figure out how they hit me. But do you want to play this game too? No, we can let that one go. Okay. The sun is coming out. Nope. Well, yeah, though, the mountains cleared up, see? Making everybody sick, motion sickness today. See? The mountains are back. Okay. So we can look at comments. And then I'm going to have you tell me a story. Prue says, I wish I could indulge in the herbs here, but they're going to test me as soon as I go back to Russia. Oh, yeah, of course. So see if you know what this is, Karl, because I didn't. If you, I said this game reminds me of shoes in Brooklyn hanging off of a street lamp. And Runa says, I think I've heard something that I've heard a rumor that if you see shoes hanging from a street lamp like that, it means they're selling something below, some local contraband. And then he was mentioning some herbs.
Yeah, you probably know more about the local customs of Brooklyn than I do.
Actually, I don't. I don't think I've ever seen shoes hanging from a street lamp in my neighborhood. That's something we only see on TV. But I'm not exactly from a very metro area either. So let's see if somebody else knew. But that's what we were talking about. Yeah, Lindsay was dropping in as she was setting up a universal remote for her parents. Ooh, that's a tough job, setting up a universal remote for parents. I can't even do it. Oh, Mina Nybro is here from Nybro is here from Denmark. They had 20 degrees Celsius, so they have beautiful weather. Torben is at a birthday party, says Karin. So we have to make fun of him. Ladder golf, it looks like. Oh, I never thought of that game. Okay, so maybe Rhonda said ladder golf. Does that sound like a... It could be a fitting name. Especially if you had a bunch of these crossbars. So it'd look like a ladder. Heidi says, Regn i Trøndelag, også tordenvær. Okay, so they have thunder in the north. We haven't got that yet, but if we do get... How often do we get thunder here, actually?
Rarely, but
Very rare.
It has been known to happen.
And then the one time I did experience it, at least that I can remember offhand, it thundered for quite a bit because it basically circled in the valley here. And it echoed like mad.
No,
So it, like the thunderstorm was low enough that it went through, but it came back for another round.
the sound effects are pretty good, but there is you are so safe from being hit by lightning in this valley as you are anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
You are not the tallest tree on this savanna, so to speak.
It's not exactly a savanna. Just, you know, okay. It's raining in Bergen. The smells must be intoxicated, or is it the scents? It smells like rain. It's beautiful. But everything's growing like mad here. We got to release the sheep up on the field. I started up there today, by the way. They need to do some sheep mowing in the next couple of weeks. And you got a lot of cheers from doing there well. The antler ring toss is a favorite with Rhonda. Raymond Roberts, I'm a bit late. My cat decided she wanted a midnight feed and wouldn't let me go back to bed. Laugh out loud. That's a good cat. How much did we promise the cat in treats if he did that?
What?
We promised Raymond's cat some treats if the cat got him up. Such a beautiful place, this Kiwi. Oh, yeah. Shoes hanging from power lines means something similar down in Australia as well, said Raymond. At least it used to when I was a kid. Okay. No, I had no idea what that meant. Or that it had a meaning. I thought it was just somebody who was very unlucky and was getting bullied all over the United States.
Yeah, I know, but bullying and drug dealing is not exactly completely non-overlapping
Okay.
magisteria.
All right, so let's make it a Viking question. Karl, did they have drug dealing in the Viking Age?
It was probably not considered to be illegal, but they might have. Alcohol seems to have been the big one.
Yeah?
But you have the hemp seeds on the Oseberg, which might have had some kind of magical or recreational purpose. So
would they have hung their Viking shoes for trees to mark their territory? I just love asking you stupid questions. Do you think? Okay, don't picture it. Rowdy old Viking shoes. Would you hang them from the tree in a bully tactic?
why would you? It's not like the Viking police is going to arrest you for drug dealing. It's like, okay, we raid monasteries, we burn villages, we occasionally do human sacrifice, but weed? We have to put the line somewhere.
Okay. Petrichor is the smell of rain. Yes, it is. Okay. Actually, I didn't even know that, but it does. I love the smell of rain. Everything smells so much fresher. Raymond says the berserkers might have had something. See, he doesn't think it was a stupid question. Either you're a berserker or your shoes are hanging from a tree.
There is a lot of debate about berserkers, but when it comes to the drug thingy, I must say I'm skeptic.
Yeah.
Because
Raining on me.
I've mentioned this here before.
Yeah.
It's the henbane thing. Yes, a plant that makes you more aggressive would maybe, to some extent, make you a better warrior. I don't really think so, because you need to keep your head cool if you should have any hope of survival on the battlefield. But let's say that aggression is not necessarily negative. The hallucinations and the stomach cramps, on the other hand, are definitely negative. So if you have a guy who poops a lot and talks to his sword, he is probably not a good warrior.
Oh, but that's a good stupid answer to my stupid question. A guy who poops a lot. Charlotte likes my stupid questions. Every time I have to check out the questions, I get dripped on. But Charlotte loves the way I ask him stupid questions. Oh yeah, anything to make him do this. Payday, in my opinion. Heidi's tourist doctors. Oh, you just missed Runa. He decided to go get dry. Wow, I really am standing in the drip. It's just getting worse. She says, I'm glad I'm here. Rained a little yesterday, but mostly been good, warm summer weather. 2 weeks is a bit more, and then she's back in Gudvangen, and then she's gonna be here for like 7 weeks, I think, off and on. So, Karl, explain why we keep getting wet after it's no longer raining.
Do you really want me to explain gravity to you, woman?
No,
That's
but...
a Torshammer hit can be pretty deep, right?
No, but you know, I'm not going to ask you about the grass on the roofs, but why does it rain for 4 days after it stopped raining? It still keeps raining
Because the peat holds moisture like forever.
And then it curls around the bark and falls down. Yeah! Oh, we got new bling, Karl. Kiwi Liz says, I love the brooch on your hood. Okay, so this one is, we got bronze in the store. Ellen got new bling. Karl and I had pretty much bought all the bling we could get out of the store without looking like Viking whores. Or Viking, what would we be? Very blingy Viking anyway, but no, we bought pretty much anything we wanted in our taste. But this one comes in, and the only thing is it's bronze, because I make Karl look cheap when I'm wearing bronze.
Yeah. I'm trying my hardest to
silver.
get this woman out of the Bronze Age, but nope.
I'm in the bronze. Matches my dress, you know, the red and the... Yeah. Anyhow. But no, I embroidered this peacock for my kid on the very first apron dress when she was like 3, 4. Anyway, so it was, when I saw it, I thought, no, I have to get it. But it wasn't cheap, but it was good. Thank God for an employee discount. But then it didn't end there, because Karl and I were going to buy each other Christmas presents. And of course, this guy's not a cheap date. So I had to get him, I mean, he's got holes in his pants, but he's not a cheap date. He has to have silver, because the only thing Karl likes is cigarettes, iced coffee, and silver. Food is something you just once in a while. So I have to get him some silver anyway. So we were going to get each other Christmas presents. It has to be silver, because that's the only thing he likes. And if I don't get any more silver on me soon, he's going to be embarrassed to be seen with me. I mean, the pressure is on. But we bought all the silver that we liked in the store. So, but now when Aylin bought new stuff, Karl got a Christmas present too, finally. Just a little delayed. I told her she has some time to get some for next year. I actually did find some goat fur for his hat. I think we'll put on there. And then he'll be all better again. But he's been playing with the blacksmith, so his hat has gotten darker. We have to wash it again. So do you know what this find was? Did you ever look it up?
No, I haven't.
It even looks like Karl in the bottom there. Oh, so you got that, and he got me this one. Was my Christmas present from Karl. Yay! So I'm getting a bit more silvery. Is that better? Or should I just expose all my bronze?
I have to get you.
I got a silver key though.
I have to get you silver boobs at some point.
I need.
That's not going.
Yeah, but I don't want little silver boobs. I want big silver boobs, because big boobs need big boobs. It looks out of proportion otherwise. I'm not a cheap. The look on your face. Anyway, I gotta think. Okay, so my mom always told me, if you got big boobs, then the jewelry you wear should be big. But it looks kind of funny if you have tiny jewelry and big boobs, or big jewelry and tiny boobs. So I got these things, and then the first time I'm watching them wear, and I thought, crap, they look huge. But actually, when you stand back and see them in a picture or something, it does look a little more balanced. So I think maybe my mom was onto something. So I need really big silver, Karl.
I imagine how much money I would save if I just found myself a flatter girlfriend.
If you found yourself a flatter girlfriend, you'd freeze in bed. That's how Vikings keep warm. Okay, I'm standing in the drip again to read. So anyway, that's the story behind the brooch on the hood. Let's see. So Heidi wrote that she was here when he was there. You have to see all the new fun stuff in the store. We're all going broke now. All the new jewelry, and if it told her she's got until she shouldn't buy anything new until December, but we might want to see the catalog and pick out a few things. I would like to get this in silver too, but we don't sell torques for the next. I don't think the supplier has them, so, but that would be cool in silver too. I have the little ones, so if they have the little ones, then they must have the. But these ones are second hand. Oh, test. What does this say? I thought it would be something really cool. The funny thing is, Karl and I were actually looking at armbands like this because a friend in Poland sells them, and he has the unengraved ones too, so you could probably have your own engraving put on it. But this one is one that a friend had, and she was downsizing on her silver. It says Berserker. Crap, what did that one mean? Yeah, and then it was like a bunch of Thor's hammers that are the symbol for like protection and a symbol for, I don't know, what was it? Protection and safety or something, I don't know. Anyway, but I forgot what this one means now. Somebody's got to tell me what that was. The middle one that starts with the M looking thing. It was Berserker, so that's an E. Somebody tell me this, I can't remember. I did actually know this. Greg and I looked it up, and I was kind of impressed. It kind of sounded like Eat at Joe's because I said so. Anyway.
Viking Berserker YOLO.
No, what is it? It's EA, I think, no.
Eternal Battle.
Yeah, that could have been it, actually. Battle was, yeah, that one was Battle. That one with the B was Battle. So Battle, and then, but it was basically about being tough. So, I've become a bit of a brute. Okay. Nice shiny bling. When is Karl going to give me a key, though? That was the first thing he got me. A silver key. This is my other key. I have to turn the camera down because I'm just not tall enough. There we go. This was my other key. It's actually, I think it's just bronze plated iron because these things were quite cheap in the store. I bought that like years ago. I mostly like the shape. But then Karl got me a silver one. Hee.
Bronze is not particularly expensive in and of itself. So.
No, but maybe, I don't know. I think we sold these for literally like 100 kroner or maybe 120.
That's fair if it's bronze.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good then. No, but this one is what he got me. You got me this one? No, it was before Christmas, or was it? No. We actually got together right before Christmas, so it couldn't have been
I
then.
think it was right after Christmas.
Right after?
I gave you cell phone money for Christmas, and then you just dawdle around until somebody gives you a free cell phone.
Oh yeah, and then that's it. We were training Adrian at work, and Adrian was learning how to do the cash register system, and Karl says, you can try punching this in for fun. And then he pays for it, and I knew it wasn't for him, so I think he likes me. I don't know why, but he does. Yeah, I got the key when Albert was there. Yeah, so it must have been in the spring or around June 1st-ish. Albert's home now, by the way. Yep, Heidi also got a silver key from Runa some time back. Just used it with your Bruna on 17th of May. Oh, I actually have been meaning to ask you about that, but I didn't know when, because you have the exact same key, don't you, Heidi? Because I remember when Runa bought it.
I can say with a fair degree of certainty that those two keys do not unlock the same doors.
Did you get that, Heidi? I'm sorry, but even though our keys are identical, they don't open the same doors. That's so cute. Okay. Too many double letters, which runes didn't use? No, the thing is, it's the runes in the very end where the 3 double letters twice are. Oh, that was right in my eye. Anyway, that I have to turn around. This isn't good.
There is a roof on the other side, woman.
No, but when they become the double letters, they're literally just, or the triple letters, it's just because they're using this symbol. There, we'll turn it that way. Oh, I can't see now. I've got so much water in my eyes, and it's not tears. It's just literally. Okay. Anyway, but that's what it was. One was protection, and I forget what the other one was. Then it didn't use the sound anymore. It was going by the meaning. But I do still like the idea of getting one, maybe a little bit wider one, and embroidering something special on it.
Embroidering?
Embroidering, no, engraving. Engraving something special on it. Okay, now let's see, I have to go back up a little bit. So yes, no, Karl got me the key. Raymond says, wait, it's the Viking Age. Gravity won't be invented or discovered until 1666. He is on my side. Thank you. I rest my case. Let's see. Oh, so it's good to know you got the key. I kept remembering to, need to ask you when you got the key because I didn't want to say anything because I knew he bought it. So Rhonda says, so Karin, I missed the very beginning of the whole adventure. Can you tell me the story of how you became part of Gudvangen? Oh, yeah, I don't know if we actually ever even said that in the beginning. It was just Virginia and I were not even sure we wanted to reveal the location we were in during the quarantine because there was... you had to stay in your own community at the beginning of lockdown, or county at the beginning of lockdown, but I actually had dispensation, what is it, approval to be here to take care of the animals.
Yeah, so if people just assume based on who you are, then you are in Spain, Minnesota?
Yeah, I'm in Spain and Minnesota, yeah, so she's from Spain and I'm in, anyway. It was better for us to stay put. So in the beginning we didn't even say where we're here, but how did I come to Gudvangen? In 2014, you weren't here that year though, but you had been here pretty much since 2009, haven't you?
Yep.
Working here. Before it was just a Viking market, except for you had something different. And in 2016, they announced that they were going to start building houses in here, made it a village. They got approval, funding, whatever. And I think it signed me up because it's a beautiful place to come to, but when it's literally just come up in your Viking tent, it's only fun to be here when there's other Vikings here.
Yeah, and it's only fun if you know how to put up a tent. I've seen so many people turn their tents into flying swimming pools that it's not even funny.
You'll have to tell that story after.
It's not one story, it's like 7.
Oh yeah, the 2012 edition and the 2009.
Yeah, they keep doing the same mistakes over and over again. They put their tent on the tarpaulin, but they take the tarpaulin outside of the tent. So basically the tent collects water and just pumps it into the tarpaulin. So now you have the swimming pool. And people expect, because the Oseberg type tents are pretty heavy, nobody thinks about wind securing them. The thing is that you don't have to have a lot of wind to move an Oseberg tent because it has such big sides. So I have seen people who should know better run after waterlogged Oseberg tents that are basically walking away from them and a little bit lower than the speed of wind.
They've been flying in the valley. So 2016 they said they were going to build houses here, and I'm thinking, sign me up. 2017 we came for the market, which was in July, because all the houses were filled at the point we originally, when they first made the houses here, they had people from the area that were people that were able to still coming here all the time because they lived close by. Each got like a house. So this one, with the big fireplace and such behind, this was originally called Frigg's Kitchen, because Ina Bierstad lived there and she made, she was cooking all the time for tourists. This one was originally Kristen's textile house, so it's still, we still call it the textile house, but Kristen's been in different houses since then, mainly the one down on the other end. And we have Marie and Roger who are still using their house, which is next to mine, kind of dressed for military inside. Anyway. But I definitely want to be a part of that, but I lived 6 hours away. Actually, put it that way, it's a little bit better view. Kind of, no. The rain is back. So yeah, anyway, then I started coming more often, and I came out maybe 3 times during the year because we had a house to stay in, and we didn't have to pack a tent anymore, and a Viking tent is much heavier than a regular tent, plastic one. Then in 2018, I started coming out once a month. And several times during the summer, and then in 2019 it was
the 2017 season.
Yeah.
You are leaving at the same time as I'm leaving, and I have my father coming up to basically take my to help me move back to Selje because we were closed that winter.
Yeah.
And my father and her has never met before. and she is basically leaving, so she is hugging everybody. And then she comes across this old man that she's never seen before,
He's so
and
cute.
she errs on the side of caution and gives him a hug. So when I'm driving home, he goes, that woman who hugged me, what was that all about? No, she's American, they're really affectionate. Oh yeah, I get it.
And now he's like a daughter, and I'm like a daughter-in-law.
Yeah, he really likes you.
He really likes me now. It's all because of that hug. That's true. I was saying goodbye to everybody at the time. So, no, but was it 2018? Then I think I was definitely out once a month, if not twice a month. 2019, it was starting to become every weekend, including the winters. Same with 2018. Was in the winter time too.
I remember
Then we had the pandemic.
mildly annoyed in 2018 because Mal basically trained your kids to interfere with his guiding.
Yeah.
So when he is standing in front of the textile house, you all of a sudden have the twins popping up in the window behind him and stealing his hat and
Wearing
messing
horns
around.
on their head because he
Yeah.
said there were no horns on helmets. There were no horns on helmets. And of course, he made a real show of this because there's my kid sitting on the other side of the window doing this. And so, of course, he's pretending he doesn't know about this, but they're so trained. And then the audience, of course, is loving it. And then another one is the Scramasax. He would hold that up and he'd said, I've heard the women talking about this weapon. They've been gathering around in groups and saying this weapon is very, very good for chopping. And then he says vegetables. And then my kids are holding up avocados and kiwi because there's no avocado kiwi found in Norway. Go ahead, you can finish your story.
No, he basically, he encouraged this.
Yeah, he did.
I don't like it at all. And I have no idea what goes on behind my back when I'm talking to a group. But when I all of a sudden see all of them lose concentration completely and going... with no relation to what I did, then I were, what, 10 at the time?
2018, 9, yeah. Yeah, 9. So no, they were pretty good at it though. I mean, they just had it down pat. As soon as he started walking there, then they would kind of like, it was in this house, the next one here anyway, and he'd sit out and stand in front of the window. So my kids would kind of like walk around, and then they'd sneak in the door, and they'd crawl under the window level, and then they'd go. They were really cute though. They got I think Mal got more tips because of that. No. Anyway, so I've been pretty much in Gudvangen ever since. Karl is a pandemic find. I've known you for a longer time than that though. It just took a pandemic and maybe a lot of boredom and Netflix.
Yeah, it was a lot on Netflix.
Yeah. So now I have more reason to stay here. 1, got the job here. Was very happy about that. 2, survived job through the winter season, which is not easy to do because we usually go at least half staff for that. So I had to prove my worth and did. And then got another reason to come here. But all your exes end up in the north of Norway, so I think my days are numbered.
I don't know how cunning it was, but one of the things we did before we basically got together was to sit in the Freeman room and watch every episode of every season of Justified.
Oh my god, that was funny.
And every time somebody gets shot, and this is Justified, so that's like twice an episode, she gets a little bit closer, and a little bit closer, and a little bit closer. And at the end of the last season, she is very, very close indeed.
So is this why we kept watching every episode of Justified?
Yeah, it's probably part of it.
Cute. Oh, anyway. So that's kind of how I ended up in Gudvangen. I like it here a lot. Oh, Charlotte, can't wait to come back to you all. Yes, you have to come. We still have a lot of housing available in June. July starts to fill up at the end of the month, but there's still houses available for most of the month. Heidi says, I think the key from Rune is the same one that you have, Karl and Karin. Oh, I know it is because I watched him buy it. I sold it to him. I just didn't know when he was going to give it to you. But yeah, I think that's the only silver key actually that we have in the store here, though. I don't know if we have any. It would be cool to find this one in silver because I like the shape of it. But the thing is, it also functions as a grappling hook. I have one of these that's like this long, from here to here. That hooked on everything, so it's basically been on my wall ever since. But that would be a cool one to see in silver. But no, I think you're right. Boob bling next. Okay. So how do you come to Norway and start working at the Valley? Okay. that would be one thing here is they have actually a lot of foreign people working here, mostly from Poland or where else were they coming? Spain, lots of Spain. But you guys are coming over on they're coming over on a work permit, which you can get in the EU. But United States is
Yeah.
a little different.
It's a little bit more paperwork, but it's still completely doable.
You have to have a job offer in writing. You have to prove, at least for the American side, why they should hire you over a Norwegian and over a Scandinavian and over a European for United States. Because
Yeah.
they will take them in that order. They will take first a Norwegian, then they'll take someone from Scandinavia, then they take them from Europe, then comes the United States into play.
Yeah, I don't think they're that stringent about it.
No, that was 1993, 4 when I was first starting to look for jobs in Sweden.
Because look at the jobs that we are giving to foreigners.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you could find Norwegian people to do it. It's
Mm-hmm.
just a matter of finding Norwegian people to do it.
Well, most of them have to be, well, they have to be able to speak English. They have to know about the Viking Age. So there's a bit of a trickery there, I guess.
Yeah, but the English bit is basically that comes with the territory with
Mm-hmm.
Norwegians. Unfortunately, knowing about the Viking Age certainly does not.
No.
Judging by tourists, I would say that the English tourists are the ones with the highest base knowledge about the Viking Age, and the Norwegians are not even in the top 10.
It just got harder for the English to work here, though, now. Angela came, but she actually had to have a contract in writing before she was allowed to leave the country or something because of Brexit. So it's
but,
trickier for them now.
You can't get a work visa without a contract, so that goes for the EU too.
Yep. But that's the thing. America was behind EU. So they take EU first and then. That's kind of how I was told. At least in the 90s. I'm sticking to it.
It might be a theoretical idea, but it isn't. In practice, everybody could be replaced by some kind of European if you just go and tell every European that, hi, we need a flute-playing bread baker. Hi, we need a needle-binding administrator. You'll find somebody.
Yeah. You also have to have a boss that rocks at this kind of paperwork. She knows what she's doing. Because there is nobody living in Gudvangen to work at these places, so you have to be able to have them in from outside. And a lot of Norwegians already either have a place where they're living and working, etc., but there's not a lot of places to live here either, so then you can only have seasonal. And yeah. Anyway, but the way I actually came over here, though, in 1997, you could come over on a tourist visa, and you could update the visa while you were here. You can't do that, I think, since 2000. You can't do it quite that way. I was looking for work in Sweden. I learned the Swedish language. I had sent out probably about 40 applications to different areas. And on one of these trips to Sweden, visiting my friends, etc. there, I ran into a Norwegian and it ruined everything. So he comes over and then I go back and forth, etc. We did get engaged, but we wanted to pretty much drive around half of Norway for 14 days or so to decide if we could survive that long in the car together, then we might as well go ahead and get married. We bought engagement rings in Sweden. My friends approved of them. Not this one, it was a different one.
Yeah, no, I could not survive a car trip with her.
Or the Swedes.
God, no. I
the
don't
Swedes
go
are
to
great.
Sweden unless there is a very, very good reason to.
The city in Sweden was boring Borås. I love Borås. I don't think it's boring at all. But Borås is also the textile capital of Sweden, so maybe there's a reason I like it. Anyway, but yeah, no, we came over, we were engaged. I came over on a tourist visa, and either we would have to apply separately or get married by the end of it, and it would probably have taken a year longer. I stayed for 2.5 months of my 3-month visa, and then we got married. And so it got updated that way. And then we were beautifully married for about 15 years. And then I was beautifully traded in for somebody else with the exact same name from another country and 12 years younger. So now I have Karl, who's 3 years younger than me and looks 12 years older. Yeah, Karl came 10 years later. But yeah, no, so I'm still here. My kids are Norwegian. They're very happy here. I've been here for so long. There's almost no point going home for anything except to visit in the United States. But the culture isn't exactly a huge difference between the part of the United States that I come from in here, because we pretty much, that part of the United States has such a high Scandinavian content of people that we've adapted so much of it. So we even eat the same foods. And we say
but
ufta.
in weird combinations.
In weird combinations, yeah. So anyway, Karin and Karl's the best. Yeah, no, I'm very happy with my Karl. He's mine. Back off, women. He buys me silver. No. Rune Tobias is here. We haven't seen him in a while. Rune Tobias, we'll see you next weekend, I'm assuming. Why? Where are we going to be next weekend? Because we're going to have to send it a different time.
Yeah, we are going to Bergen for my sister's wedding.
Yep. Karl's sister's getting married on Saturday next week. So we will not be going at Saturday at 6 o'clock next week. We are thinking of going Friday at 6 o'clock, but it all depends where we are, and we'll be sending from Bergen. And not looking like Vikings, because that might be kind of weird walking around the... Oh, Kaya's there as well. Hello, Kaya. So we will see her too. Kaya's not the one getting married.
No, it's the other
It's
one.
the other one. It's Hannah.
You keep track of these people, really. You're just pretending to be them.
No, I do. I want you to be part of the conversation, so I'm just checking. No, Kaya got married last Christmas and surprised the hell out of everyone.
Yeah, that wasn't really a big surprise.
No, they've been together for long time, decades.
Yeah, when their kids are grown up, then it might be time.
Yep, then it might be time. Yep. So it was well established, but I think she surprised everyone and sent pictures of them getting married. They were, yeah, because there was an opening in the court schedule. I thought, why not? I thought that was cute. Anyhow, let's see. So that's pretty much the long end of that story. The power of a hug, says Raymond. But yeah, no, so I've been living in the Oslo area for a long time. I'm only just starting after 25 years now moving to Gudvangen. But I didn't know about Gudvangen until 2014 when I told people at work that I was going to go and visit Gudvangen for a week. And they're like, no, really, what do you do in Gudvangen after the first 4 minutes? You only need 4 minutes in Gudvangen. Then why only 4 minutes? And they say, because that's how long it takes you to take pictures of everything. But I said, no, there's a Viking market there, so it should be a good week. It was a good week anyway, so I kept coming back. Very kid-friendly, great place, beautiful. And that's pretty much, little did I know it was the downhill spiral to coming to get here, stay here. Hang on to Karl, he's my keeper. What am I making there? This is the hat I've been working on for like the last 3 episodes or something. It's almost done though. Because I'm slowly moving out here, so every week I have to pack my car up full of crap and bring it down here and then make Karl carry it all in. And
Oh my God, the yarn.
I still have more yarn to bring. You underestimated my yarn addiction. That is my jugular, exposed.
Yes.
Go ahead. We need a close-up of the yarn.
Theoretically, we have 2 living rooms in our new house. We really don't. We have 1 living room and then we have 1 yarn room that contains yarn, buttons, and a little bit of fabric.
There's 1 shoebox full of buttons.
Yes.
I have a button obsession too.
Shoebox full of buttons.
Yeah, but
How many do you have?
Well, if you would have taken the one off the mirror, it used to be 2 shoeboxes full of buttons. I made a mirror. I basically, that was kind of cool. I should probably show that someday. It's not Viking, but I got this cheap. I used to work at Bauhaus anyway, so we get these items that were broken or no longer looking great. So we had this scuffed up frame with dings in it. Anyway, they couldn't sell anymore, so I bought it, and then I started hot gluing button upon button upon button around the whole thing, and it kind of goes in like a rainbowish effect. But it looks really cool. You actually did admit it was cool. Yeah. That took a shoebox full of buttons, so I did use my damn buttons. But yes, I have a yarn addiction. Poor Karl, all that yarn. I've got so many boxes of yarn, ha ha ha. Okay, living with Karl. You open the refrigerator. I am shopping like an American once a week. Not this Norwegian, oh, we just get what we need on the day for dinner and that's it. No, Americans, we shop for the week. We buy in quantity because bulk is cheaper than... Can't put anything in the damn refrigerator, Karl. Why?
Ice coffee?
There's a crap load of iced coffees in there. There's enough to drown an Eskimo. So there, we all have our own addictions. They go on a date. No, I don't care. It's still good. Anyway.
They go out on date in like 3 months after purchase. It's no way they survive that long.
I've got to go to the beginning of this. This came in late, says Garcia. Oh yeah, you'll see. Basically just retelling how my addiction to Gudvangen started. Okay, who's got a button stash, huh? My great-grandmother from Poland came over in the Depression, before the Depression. You don't throw away buttons. You hoard those suckers. But actually, buttons are really expensive. But, so anytime I was going to throw away clothes that got whole or something, you can't really donate it. I took the buttons off of it and put them in a box. And then people started donating buttons. But one of my favorite pastimes was going through my great-grandmother's, from Poland, her box of buttons. And then my mom thought I needed it. So she gave me the buttons, but she wanted to keep the container. So hopefully I finish this weekend. We're going to be taking the train to Bergen this time, so I should probably have this one and the green one started at least. The other birch one, this is birch in copper. So I have hanging outside the house over there some birch and iron. What a saga, yeah. That's cool, neat story, and no needle binding. Oh yeah, no, the needle binding comes in handy in Gudvangen as well. My kind of people here, they actually appreciate me for my yarn addiction and my keen addiction to crafts. Nobody else likes that in Norway. Let's see. And the tent becomes a sail, says Raymond. It does, you should see them. Albert says, I saw one get kicked up in the air and smashed to the ground. There was festival, those little plastic Vikings. You know those pop-up tents that they have, those plastic ones, you just kind of like throw it and just poof, it's a pup tent? Those things are really launchable.
Yeah, but generally, when the things are that light, people know that I have to bolt it to the ground. They don't expect that I have to bolt their almost 200 kilogram Osenborg tent to the ground.
Yep.
But they do.
TB's here. She says, I've got Mona, it says it's mate, oops, put the thing on the front there, M8NE, so it's mine. I got mine separated out onto Talenti gelato containers by color. Well, I did force, the thing is, you actually should be exposed to your stash once in a while, so this was a good thing to go through, seeing projects that I may have started that I probably won't finish, and I'll just say goodbye to them, and other projects that I hadn't seen in a while, which I'll have to tell you about that one too. The rug that I did finish, because I've been dying to do it. But as you're going through it, so every time I came up here, I'd also buy 2 of these big Smart Store container, the 70-liter ones, and start putting the yarn in there, sorting it, the ones that I want, the ones I can donate. Unfortunately, I hardly donated anything. They did do a yarn collection at the mall, though, in Vestby for Ukraine. You could collect yarn, but they had to be whole skeins of yarn with the bands on them. So any leftover yarn wouldn't do. But I got all those and put them in. So I kept getting some and I kept filling it up, and then I have to do the fabric. Fortunately, the fabric isn't that much. For making Viking clothing, the wool and the linen isn't too much. But it's nice to see what I have and what I use. And no, I probably don't have to bring it all, but there's no place to buy yarn anywhere near here except for our store. And it's just like 2 kinds, which I have a lot of. But you'd have to go like 40 minutes in that way to get to the nearest yarn store, or an hour in that direction. I don't even know if Lardal has yarn, probably. But it would cost a lot to replace, to buy new yarn, so I should just use what I have. The other thing I found out that I have a lot more than I thought it was the embroidery yarn, which I was talking about earlier. If I found a little bag of plant dyed embroidery yarn or something secondhand, I'd buy that there, or I'd find a good deal at a Viking market and buy that there. So I have like a little bag in this corner, a little bag in this corner, and as I'm going through all these corners, I'm finding a lot of little bags add up to a big bin. So I have to start doing embroidery projects and selling embroidery kits here. So look forward to those in the fall maybe, or in the winter. But I have to use them. They're nice. So yeah, no, it's good to go through. Okay, no, the thing I should learn to shop your stash, or sell my stash. I do actually have yarn in that house there, which is wool that I'm willing to part with, and I have been selling those to people, other Vikings, when they come here, if they just want to try needle binding or something, and just either charge them what I paid for it, which is, or just giving it away for like 5 kroner, so they have something to practice needle binding with, because I can't throw it away, but I can give it away. That's no problem. But yeah, no, the other project I found that I actually worked on this week, I didn't bring it because it's not very Viking. You know the I-cord? An I-cord is basically taking 4 knit stitches in a round. So you're making a big cord and it looks kind of like a drawstring. I have a little machine that makes those. And I found out if you take off the handle and plug it into the drill, that sucker really works. It just goes vroom. And I used all my thin yarn, like this thin on it. And I made all these these big balls of I-cord. And then I knit those together on really big knitting needles. And I made a rug out of it. And I saw that that was almost done. So I finished it. I'm not sure what I think about it. I might end up ripping it up and using it again for something else, but half of it I like, it's the other half I don't like. I don't know, I have to walk away from it and see if I do something or not. But that was a really, really good use of thin yarn. If you have too much of it, that thing just ate yarn like mad, and my kid thought it was really fun. You'd sit there on the second floor and you start this thing and the weight just kind of pulls the yarn down, and sooner or later you're teasing a cat at on the first floor with the I-cord that's hanging down on the bottom. I'm confusing the hell out of Karl, but you know what I'm talking about. You're my yarn people. Shop your stash. Yeah, I failed on Friday, bought more yarn. Laugh out loud, says Robert. Now, I have actually, since the pandemic at least, not bought too much yarn. And what I did buy, I actually did use for the most part. When I bought Ukrainian yarn colors, I bought 4 of those skeins and I used them both. I do have leftovers though. Kristen's yarn I used, it's almost finished. I should finish that off. It just needs a binding. That's that blue neck warmer I was working on last year. I did buy 10 new skeins of yarn to plant dye for the summer. And then as I clean out, I find out I have a whole 70-liter Smart Store bin full of old white yarn I can plant dye, so I probably didn't need to buy any. It's good to reacquaint yourself with your crap. Do you have any parting words before we go? It's actually at 61 minutes. I think should we safely say Friday at 6 o'clock?
Yeah, we can try. It kind of depends on where we are and if anybody have a good idea for a location in Bergen.
We got a couple minutes we can do. I was thinking, because one thing is, we'll be sitting there with a gimbal talking to each other in the middle of a very, very tourist-heavy area of Norway. Because I did like the idea of the fish market in Bergen. So Charlotte and Karin, you guys with the Bergen background, where should we send in Bergen on Friday at 6 o'clock? Obviously we'll be outside of the Viking village, and I don't know, I think we would attract too much of a crowd if we walked around with a gimbal and Viking clothing in the middle of downtown Bergen. So where should we go? Saturday would be better, but Karl's sister's getting married on Saturday, so we will actually be preoccupied. Oh, Kiwi said she finished her fringe shawl last week. The fringes used up a lot of thin yarn. Good idea. No, I should do that. I have to log in to Facebook and check out this stuff. So a motorized knitting spool. It's really cool. Yep. It's actually it's just it's got the 4 little hooks anyway, and you just do a wind in it. Just kind of sends it around and makes this tube out the bottom, like a strickelisa is what it was called in Norwegian, but a motorized one. It's a German company that makes them. You can find them in most yarn stores now. But if you take the handle out and you stick the drill in there, it just goes...
And of course, the Germans will motorize everything.
No, I motorized it. I did my American... I have this cute little Bosch drill. I mean, it's like a lady's Bosch drill because it's like this small. And anyway, it was perfect for that. You just stick the thing in there and plug it, and just... Boom! I-cord for days. Anyway, and it would take me probably about a couple of minutes to go through a whole skein of yarn. But yeah, so we have to figure out a place to send in Bergen, hopefully not from a train. So it will be Friday at 6 o'clock this time next week. Oh, she said Sunday. Sunday might not be a good idea because we're coming back. What do you think? We'll be back in time or no? We're driving, we're training down on Friday and training back on Sunday.
If we are anywhere en route,
yeah,
then that might even be better.
What do you think? You could.
This is your baby. You can strangle it however you like.
Well, let's say Friday, and if we don't do it on Friday, I'll put a little note that says we're doing it on Sunday instead, just in case we're not in a good spot in Bergen to send from. Yeah. And it might be a 30-minute sending. It might be one of these that goes over.
I think that people might be drinking in weddings, so I might not be entirely operational on Sunday.
He's got a planned hangover. Did you hear that, Kaya? Okay. Strict Susie, yeah. is another one. Strike Lisa or Strike. Yeah, she knows what it is. Strike Lisa. I thought there was a German lady here that knew what I was talking about too. They also called it something similar. Strike Lisa, which is like literally translates to knitting Lisa.
Yeah.
But
That sounds like something a German lady would call her daughter.
maybe. Okay, anyway, we're gonna go because Karl doesn't know that Runa gave us frozen lamb burgers from the diner. They must be doing a clean out. But they're not even frostbite or anything, but they're starting to thaw. So I'm gonna put this in macaroni and cheese. It's gonna be horrible. So, not very Viking. Anyway, no, also, well, let's just say we'll see you on Friday, or we'll leave a post at the usual places that we changed the date. Anyway, and Kaya says, yes, remember, it'll be a wedding to remember or not to remember. So Kaya's going to be drinking with you. You're going to be puddles on the floor.
I don't have to drive, so...
No, we smartly booked the hotel where the hotel that is taking place. All we have to do is crawl into the elevator. We can do this. No, okay, anyway, we'll see you on Friday, hopefully. Bye-bye.
Bye.